Today I'm gonna take you on a drive from Muiden to Harderwijk in my Saab 9000 from 1997. It's 9 o'clock, well 9:12 to be exact. So it's gonna be a lovely morning drive on the Dutch highways. Excuse me for my Dutch accent. I don't speak English that very often, and also this is the very first time I'm speaking on a live video on this channel. Most of my videos are silent, and I don't say very much in those videos. But I thought to myself, well, let's try.
Sla rechtsaf naar de Weesperweg en sla rechtsaf naar de Mariahoevenweg.
Let's try something new today. Maybe we'll get some new viewers to the live streams, because to be honest,
rechtsaf naar de Mariahoevenweg, de verlengde Maxisweg.
That's my navigation, by the way. To be honest, the past few videos didn't go that well, to be honest.
Blijf 1,5 kilometer doorrijden.
However, the first live stream got like 300 watches, maybe. Something like that. But the second one only got 100. And the past few videos, the last two live streams only got like 10 or 12. So I don't know what's going on. But I asked ChatGPT what can I change, and ChatGPT said, well, tell the people something about the drive, about the route, something like that. So that's why I'm talking to you right now. Let's see if it catches on. So I don't drive the same route every day. I always drive different routes on a daily basis because of my job.
Over 500 meter sla linksaf de oprit naar A1 op richting Hengelo, Groningen.
Because of my job as a real estate photographer. So I need to go from house to house to house to house. So I thought, well, maybe I can live stream every drive that lasts more than an hour, as is this route we're driving now from Muiden to Harderwijk. It's the first spot I need to go to. Maybe we can do another live stream today, or if you're watching later, because I always upload the live streams on Friday. But it's never the Friday after the day that I live stream. Sometimes it's months later. So if you're not watching this live, then the next video will be next week on Friday. But today we are live streaming multiple times.
Linksaf de oprit op naar A1.
Okay, so now we are driving out of Muiden. Muiden is like a small town. It's officially a city because it has gotten city rights back in like medieval times. But it's practically a small town, to be honest. It has like 1500 inhabitants.
Over 600 meter, voeg in op de A1.
But now we're left Muiden, and we're now entering the A6 highway. Oh no, this isn't the A6. This is the A1. I'm sorry. We are now entering the A1 highway. I'm sorry, it's still.
Over 3
Still
kilometer
early in the morning.
3 linkerrijstroken om de afrit A6 te nemen richting Groningen, Lelystad.
Luckily we are after rush hour. if we left like an hour and a half earlier, then all of this would be full. We couldn't drive like 100 at all. However, we are now driving towards Harderwijk, and this part of the highway is only very crowded, very busy at the end of the day. And that is because you have a lot of people who work in Amsterdam who go home to Almere, Lelystad, all that kind of cities. And then there will be rush hour here on the highway. At like 7 or 8 in the morning, the
Over
highway.
800 meter volgt de 3 linkerrijstroken om de afrit A6 te nemen richting Groningen, Lelystad.
The highway that goes the other way, so the highway you see on the left, that highway will be very crowded because a lot of people will go to Amsterdam from the left
Volg de
side.
3 linkerrijstroken om de afrit A6 te nemen.
That's my navigation, I'm sorry. But if you go like at 9, after 9 a.m., then most of the time you don't have any problems at all with traffic, except for when an accident had happened. But let's hope that that isn't the case this time. So now we have entered the A6, the A6, which is a long highway which stretches all the way through Flevoland. We haven't arrived in Flevoland yet, we are still in North Holland. Flevoland will be seen after the bridge we are passing. So that maybe takes a few minutes.
Over 800 meter volg de 3 rechte rijstroken om schuin rechtsaf te slaan en op de A6 te blijven.
Okay, this is the bridge where I was talking about. This bridge connects North Holland with Flevoland. So we are now entering Flevoland. And for all the the non-Dutch
Volg de 3
viewers,
rechte rijstroken om schuin rechtsaf te slaan en op de A6 te blijven.
Flevoland is like an artificial island. It's the biggest artificial island in the world. Like 90 years ago, all of this would be under the sea. It would have been the bottom of the sea. I think we are maybe 7 or 8 meters below sea level here. Like I said, excuse me for my English. I don't speak English that very often. But that isn't the biggest problem. I'm also a little bit nervous because I've never done this before, talking to a random camera in my car. So this is only the first time I'm doing this. So I'm learning the process as we go. So this is the first time, maybe the second time got better, the third time got better. From the fourth time, then it would be easier. Because when I get nervous, my English goes down the drain. So I'm trying to do my best, alright? So the city we are now entering is Almere, which is the I believe, the 5th or 6th largest city in the Netherlands. The city of Almere is very interesting because, of course, like I told you, this is an artificial island. So the city was only founded 50 years ago. So the city is only 50 years old, but it now got like 400,000 people living in it in only 50 years. I was born in this city, so I've seen the city grow. When I was born and I was small, the city only got like 100,000, maybe 200,000 people living in it. But it felt like a small town back in the day. But now, really is a big city. It feels like a big city. We won't see anything of the city because we are driving on the highway. Like maybe 5 years ago, you could see the skyline of the city from the highway. However, the mayor decided like 10 years ago that we would host the Floriade.
Over 3 kilometer volgt de rechte rijstrook om afrit 5 Almere stad te nemen naar de N305 richting Almere stad, Almere Parkwijk.
And the Floriade was like I don't know how to explain it. It was like a temporarily world I don't know how to say it. It was like you could see flowers, you could see plants from all over the world. It was like a temporarily exhibition, world exhibition. That was the word I was looking for. However, it was in 2022 when there was Corona and it was plagued with lots of problems. So like half of it wasn't built yet when the World Expo was. So it flopped. It cost like 150 euros, or 150 million euros. They wasted. And now you can't see the skyline anymore because you can only see the flopped Floriade, flopped World Expo, which is typical for Almere. And I promise I won't talk that bad of them.
Over 800 meter volgt de rechte rijstrook om afrit 5 Almere stad te nemen naar de N305 richting Almere stad, Almere Parkwijk.
However, if you look here on the left, you can see it in this video. You see a never finished castle. They tried to build a castle like 25 years ago. I remember it when I was still a very small kid because I grew up nearby. And I remember you get married.
Volg de 2 rechte rijstroken om rechtsaf te slaan naar de Veluwedreef, de Waterlandse weg.
They promised to get married in the new castle they were building. However, that castle was never finished.
Rijstroken om rechtsaf te slaan naar de Veluwedreef, de Waterlandse weg.
Because of money problems. So now it sits abandoned for more than 20 years. Which is an embarrassment for the city.
Blijf 27 kilometer doorrijden op de N305.
So now we have left the A6, the A6, and now we have entered the N305 way. A road, I'm sorry. Speed limit is 80 kilometers an hour. Another side note, N roads are the most dangerous roads here in the Netherlands. This road isn't that dangerous, if I'm honest, because you have 2 separate lanes, so we don't have traffic from the other side. But a lot of them have traffic on the other side, which can be dangerous, especially at 80 kilometers an hour. And most of the people drive like 100, 110. I drove this road like 1,000 times. So let me tell you a little bit about the car I'm driving. This is a Saab 9000 Anniversary Edition CSE turbo, 2.3 liters. It's quite a fast car with the turbo, and it drives on LPG because at this moment the petrol costs like 195 euros a liter, which is very, very expensive. That is because the taxes on petrol is very high here in the Netherlands. Road tax is also very high here in the Netherlands. So I drive an old car that drives on LPG. LPG costs only like 66 cents where I live. But how much LPG costs depends a little bit on the gas station. Because gas station here on the left, here the LPG costs like, let me see, 86 cents. So the LPG is here like 20 cents more expensive than where I live. So it depends on the gas station. I couldn't see the petrol price, but I think it's around 2 euros a liter. Which I think is really, really expensive. I think I drive like 4,000 kilometers a month, maybe 5. And I was spending like 900 euros every month on petrol alone in my other car. My other car is a Saab 900i from 1992. So it uses a lot of gasoline, petrol. I think 1 on 10 maybe. This car also does 1 on 10. However, because this drives on LPG, I'm only spending like 8 cents a kilometer on this car. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the future of this channel, because there is something going to change. Like I said, I will live stream a lot more than I did previously. I will maybe live stream once a day. Every time I will drive for more than an hour, and I will do a live stream. Because if it's a short drive, and it's not worth the hassle, so then I will be listening to music and not talking to my phone. However, when it's a longer drive, then I will live stream it, and I will do it because I want to practice. I want to practice talking to you. I want to practice my English. And I want to practice my live stream skills. Why do I want to do that? Because in like 4 weeks, half January, I will be driving to the south of Spain, near Portugal. Because I don't like the cold here in the Netherlands. And I'm gonna spend like 3 months there. So it will be a long, long drive. And I will live stream the whole drive from the Netherlands to Spain. So I want to practice talking to people on the other side of my phone, to you. Because I want to tell you what I see, what I think, what... Let's build a little community. Now we can drive 100 kilometers an hour on this road. Most N roads you can only drive like 80 kilometers an hour. But some of them you can drive 100 kilometers an hour. The speed limit in the Netherlands is 100 kilometers an hour average on the highways and on the motorways. The reason is because of the environment issues we have here in the Netherlands. Because all the gases that come from the exhaust of all the cars in the Netherlands causes a lot of pollution, which isn't good for nature. So that is why they set the speed limit on 100 kilometers an hour in the Netherlands. It used to be like 130 kilometers an hour. On some roads in the Netherlands they brought it back to 130 kilometers, but it's like 3 roads in the Netherlands. Most roads only the maximum speed limit is 100 kilometers an hour, which I think is very slow. However, in the evening and in the night you can drive like 130 again, because then there's less people on the road, so less pollution. Still driving through Flevoland, the artificial island, the biggest in the world. Flevoland exists of 2 parts. You have the Polder, which we are driving through, which is the biggest artificial island, like I said. And you have the Polder. And the Polder is connected to Friesland, which is connected to the mainland of the Netherlands. And the Polder is interesting because you had an island called Urk, which was an island. But the people who lived there, without moving to another city, without switching houses, they went from an island to mainland because they dried up the sea. There isn't a lot of traffic today, which I like. So here's some roadworks going on. You always see this big big arrow next to the road. And believe it or not, but a lot of people crash into these huge arrows. How many times I see people almost crashing into them. And I don't know why that happens. How big will you have it? It's a huge arrow with flashing lights. How can you not see it? I think a lot of people are on their phones when it happens. So we only got 17 minutes to go. In 17 minutes we will be in Harderwijk. I've been to Harderwijk a lot of time. Harderwijk is like a very old city. Goes back to like medieval times, but I can't tell that much of Harderwijk because I don't know that much of it. I only know it used to be a fisher town with fishermen because it was located on the sea. Hi, hello. because Harderwijk was located on the sea, but the sea isn't a sea anymore. It became a lake when they built the big afsluitdijk. So they blocked off the entrance from the North Sea to the Zuiderzee, which it was called, and then it became a lake. So it went from salt water to sweet water, normal water. I don't know how to call it in English. Which was environmentally a big disaster, of course, because we had whales, we had dolphins living in it. They all died. But that was like in like the 1920s, 1930s. In the 1960s they made the Flevoland polder. Then it was finished. So the land we are driving on now didn't exist until like the 1950s or 1960s. Which amazes me sometimes. A lot of the Flevoland polder exists of farmland and two big cities. You have Lelystad, which is the capital of Flevoland, the province, and you have Almere. I was born in Almere. Like 31 years ago, when the city was still small. The car I'm driving is only 3 years younger than me. Can you believe it? Now we get back to 80 kilometers an hour because of the traffic lights. Sometimes they don't work properly and they don't want people crashing into other cars at like 80 or like 100 kilometers an hour. That's why at the traffic lights you can only go 80 kilometers an hour. However, most of the people still drive like 100 at the traffic lights. I always hate this. There's like a lorry in front of me, and there was a car next to me who drove slower than me, but like 1 kilometer more than me. So I couldn't go to the right and get past the lorry. Luckily the driver of the other car saw it and sped up a little bit. All of this is farmland and windmills, but not like the beautiful Dutch windmills you know from all the travel books, like the Lonely Planet. No, these are the ugly windmills we use to harvest electricity for free. We have lots of them here in Flevoland, and they work very well because we don't have mountains here in the Netherlands, so everything is flat. So we got a lot of wind. A lot of windmills around here. Windmills and farmland. Quiet drive this morning, I like that. I hate it when I need to rush, and I hate it when there's a traffic jam. There are lots of traffic jams here in the Netherlands, I can promise you. Because I live in the crowdiest place of the Netherlands. We call it de Randstad.
Over 600 meter sla rechtsaf naar de Ganzenweg, de N302, Muiden naar Harderwijk.
Okay, so now we need to go to the right.
Flitspaal rood en 80 km per uur.
And I'm warned for the, I don't know how you call them in English, to be honest.
Sla rechtsaf naar de Ganzenweg,
the speed cameras. I got a warning for a speed camera. There's a speed camera here on the left. Luckily we need to go to the right. Don't need to worry about the
Blijf 3
speed camera.
kilometer doorrijden op de N302.
So this is the N300. This is the N302. We are about to exit the Flevoland polder. No speed cameras over here. Now the speed limit is 100 kilometers an hour again. No rain, but it is very cold outside. No, it's not really cold. It's 9 degrees Celsius outside now. So it's not that cold for this time of year. As it is now, the 11th of December,
Over 800
2025.
meter volg de middelste rijstrook om verder te gaan op de N302.
We are almost about to exit the Flevoland polder.
Volg de middelste rijstrook om verder te gaan op de N302.
Now the speed limit is 80
Blijf 2
kilometers an
kilometer
hour.
doorrijden op de N302.
Because we will enter civilization. Goodbye, Flevoland polder. We have now left the Flevoland polder. And we have entered Gelderland, another province here in the Netherlands. This is an aqueduct.
Flitser bij 105.7.
Sometimes you can see boats. I'm warned about a police officer trying to give people fines over there, so I'm driving a bit slower because I
Over
was a
400
little bit
meter
over the
neem
speed
de
limit.
afslag richting Harderwijk, Naarden. Neem de afslag richting Harderwijk.
We have now entered the city of Harderwijk.
Over 100 meter neem op de rotonde de tweede afslag naar de Zuidwalstraat.
Oh, how many times I've driven this road.
Verlaat de rotonde naar de Zuidwalstraat. Hou rechts aan en rijd door op de Knardijk West en sla rechtsaf naar de Burgemeester de Meesterstraat. Sla rechtsaf naar de Burgemeester de Meesterstraat.
Funny thing about my job is all these places I drive to. Sometimes I come in villages which I've never heard of. That's now is not the case because Harderwijk is quite well known here in the Netherlands. And not for a good reason. You have the Dolphinarium here, which is like a zoo for dolphins. But they don't treat their animals very well, which is a shame.
Over 200 meter ga bij de rotonde rechtdoor om op de Burgemeester de Meesterstraat te blijven.
So this is a typical Dutch view on the right side. Well, not the bus stop, of course, which can be very Dutch. But I'm speaking about the windmill behind that sign. So if you wait.
Over 600 meter
Little bit.
neem op de rotonde de eerste afslag naar de Luttenpoortstraat.
You can see the windmill on the right. This is the old part of Harderwijk. It's quite an old city. So if you're ever in the Netherlands, visit Harderwijk. It's a nice city. But parking can be a problem. I'm already anticipating on parking my car. Because I will be in the old city. the old city center. Never liked
Over 150 meter, neem op de rotonde de eerste afslag en rijd door op de Luttekeboordstraat.
Never liked these roundabouts with bike lanes on them. Oh. There's another cyclist. The Dutch and their bikes can't be separated like ever. I need to go to the right, however I don't know if that's such a good idea, because I don't
Sla
know if I
linksaf
can
naar de
park over
Doelenstraat en
there,
je bestemming bevindt zich aan de rechterkant.
because it's a dead-end road. Okay, let's look for another place to park. Okay, now the video maybe gets interesting, because now I need to look for a parking spot. I hate driving in this old town. Okay, this will be a fun watch, because maybe I will trigger some chaos here in this town. Oh, there's a
Over
parking.
50 meter, neem op de rotonde de derde afslag en rijd door
An
op de
underground parking,
Luttekeboordstraat.
but I don't know how to get there. Alright.
Sla linksaf naar de Doelenstraat
Ja.
en je bestemming bevindt zich aan de rechterkant.
Okay, let's turn off the navigation, because it's making me mad. So here you have a big parking space, hout wall. So let's park over there. I don't know how long I will have an internet connection, so if the video stops, it stops. Let's look for a parking spot. Oh, I think we parked perfectly. So thank you for watching this very first live stream where I am talking in my very nice English accent. Well, we still need to practice. We all need to practice sometimes, right? So I'm gonna end the video now, the live stream. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you the next time. Goodbye.